Please remain standing. We will now have the presentation of colors and the national anthem. Colors will be presented by the Naval ROTC, comprised of Navy and Marine midshipmen. The national anthem will be sung by Dr. Jeffrey Allen Murdoch, Jr. He is internationally renowned as a conductor, clinician, and adjudicator. He currently serves as Associate Director of Choral Activities and Assistant Professor of Music at the University of Arkansas, where he conducts the Inspirational Chorale, the Men's Chorus, and teaches courses within the choral music education curriculum. Dr. Murdoch received the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music this past summer.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Right, pace, forward, march.
Good afternoon. Please be seated. I am Karen Weddle West, University Provost. I want to welcome you to the fall convocation of the 104th commencement of the university. We are extremely proud of our graduating class. Today we will award a total of 1,607 degrees from the 12 schools and colleges that comprise the university. During this ceremony, we will recognize 2 of our schools and 3 of our colleges. We will recognize the remainder of our graduates later this evening. This brings the number of degrees awarded since 1912 to 167,800. At this time, I would like to introduce some special members of the platform party who will be participating in today's ceremony. Please stand as you are introduced. Ms. Melanie Murray, University Counsel. Mr. Bobby Prince, Chief Development Officer for Development. Dr. Andrew Myers, Vice President for Research and Executive Director, University of Memphis Research Foundation. Mr. David Zettergren, Vice President, Business and Finance. Robert Jackson, Associate Vice Provost, CIO Information Technology Services. Dr. Rosie Phillips Bingham, Vice President for Student Affairs. Mr. Kim Barnett, President, National Alumni Association Board of Directors. Dr. Wade Jackson, President, Faculty Senate. Dr. Saverna Ford, Dean, University Libraries. Dr. Marion Levy, Assistant Dean, School of Public Health. Dr. Richard Joseph Schweigert, Dean, Health College of Engineering. Dr. Ernest Rako, Interim Dean, College of Education. Dr. Lynn Zahn, Dean, Lauenberg College of Nursing. Dr. Tim Ryan, Associate Professor, Kimmons Wilson School of Hospitality and Resort Management. Dr. Rajiv Grover, Dean, Fogelman College of Business and Economics. Ms. Tammy Hedges, Vice President for External Affairs. Dr. Linda Jamalowitz, Interim Dean, School of Communication Sciences and Disorders. It is my pleasure now to introduce Mr. David Knowles, President of the Student Government Association. David is a senior, majoring in health and human performance with a concentration in exercise and sport science. David?
Good afternoon. I'm your SGA President. I, along with my fellow officers, Vice President Raven Douglas, Speaker of the Senate Allie Kingston, Chief Justice Cole Rowe, and Speaker Pro Temp Emily Valor, would like to start by congratulating each and every individual who has the honor of calling themselves Fall 2015 graduates of the University of Memphis. Give yourself a round of applause. I would then like to congratulate the parents, grandparents, family, and friends that have made it possible for these great people to be sitting in front of me today. Give yourselves a round of applause. I congratulate you all on completion of a journey, a chapter in your life, and I'm sure has been a great and educational one. Along this journey, you have probably learned just as much about yourself as you have about your choice of study. And it was the self-knowledge and a dream of your future self that helped you to brave those long days and even longer nights, the 12 hours of cramming right before that big test that you probably knew about a month ago, and the financial struggles of a college student when you could have gotten that job right out of high school. All of these things have been accomplished because you saw within yourself a greater self. I applaud you for forming, sculpting, and polishing that greater self. And now, on this 13th day of December 2015, I encourage you to go out and show that greater self to everyone you meet, but all the while knowing that you have even greater things that lie ahead of you on the road of life. But I urge you not to forget about the time that you spent dreaming and learning about yourself, because just as you have had the opportunity to do great things, you have opportunities to do even greater things in your future. I would like to leave you with a quote by Justin Scott. Some of you may know him as Big Crit. Just know that I once was considered just a dreamer. Then I pay my dues and turn my doubters to believers. I encourage you all to go and lead great lives. Stay dreaming of your greater selves and stay driven by doing. Thank you.
Thank you, David. It is also my distinct pleasure to introduce our 12th president of the University of Memphis, Dr. M. David Rudd.
Let me add my welcome to you to the fall convocation of the 104th commencement at the University of Memphis. This is an exciting day for those of us at the university. We have had the opportunity to work with you as students, get to know you as individuals, and become aware of your talents and your dreams. We have watched you learn, mature, and now we have the opportunity to see you move into a new phase in your life. It is a thrill for us to be involved in your education and be a part of your individual lives. It's now my pleasure and my privilege to introduce to you your commencement speaker. We have an exceptional speaker for you today. Mr. Robert Carter is Executive Vice President, FedEx Information Services, and Chief Information Officer of FedEx Corporation. He is a member of the 5-person executive committee which plans and executes the corporation's strategic business activities. Mr. Carter also serves as co-CEO of FedEx Services, the shared service entity responsible for sales, marketing, information technology, and customer service. Rob joined FedEx in 1993 and has over 35 years of systems development and implementation experience. Mr. Carter is responsible for setting the technology direction for FedEx applications, infrastructure, networks, and data centers that provide around-the-clock and around-the-globe support for FedEx product offerings. He earned his bachelor's degree in computer and information science from the University of Florida and his master's degree from the University of South Florida. Rob has been awarded many industry accolades, including Fast Company's Most Creative People in Business in 2014 and 2010, Fortune Magazine's Executive Dream Team, Information Week's Chief of the Year Award in 2000, 2001, and 2005, and a 7-time recipient of CIO Magazine's 100 Award. Rob is also a charter inductee of the publication CIO Hall of Fame. Rob serves on the board of directors of First Horizon Corporation and Pilot Flying J, in addition to the other work that he has done over the course of the years. Please join me in welcoming Rob Carter.
Well, thank you, Dr. Rudd, and what a treat it is to be here with you today at this commencement address opportunity for me. As I looked at the word commencement, I really began to try and figure out exactly what should you do at a commencement address. And so what did I do? I looked the word up. The word commencement is beginning. It is basically an inception. It's also an advent. And it implies a transition from where you are to where you're going. So what a treat for me to get to address you at this commencement address. And days like this for you don't happen very often in your life, right? I mean, this is a big deal kind of a day. But I've got some good news for you. It's even better than you think. It's better than you think. The world that you're getting ready to go into is better than what's in your head. So let's start by bringing the world into perspective. And I'm going to challenge some of your sensibilities about the world around us right now. To me, the world is this fascinating, interesting place that's emerging around us. And would you believe it if I told you that, in fact, it's the safest time ever to be alive on this planet? You know, we have this need sometimes to look ahead. In fact, it's innate in us to look ahead at the dangers and the threats that live in front of us and to categorize them in ways that help us to try and avoid them. That's our survival instinct, no question about it. But consider just a few facts about the world that we live in. Today, in the developed world, our rate of survival, the number of years that we live out in this life, is almost twice what it was at the beginning of the 20th century. In 1918, there was an influenza outbreak that killed 50 million people worldwide. World War II killed 60 million people. Infant mortality has decreased by 90% since the beginning of that decade. Now, you kind of look at it and you say, well, wait a minute, though. It's kind of a tall order for me to convince you that we live in a safer world as we deal with social injustice and terrorism and violence all around us. But the facts of the matter is that the world is becoming more connected and safer in so many ways. I want to talk to you about what I call the ES effect. We have a tendency to want to romanticize history while we're fearful about the future. My wife Jenny and I had a wonderful opportunity to be on the Côte d'Azur this year, the Blue Coast, the French Riviera. And we went to a little town called Eze, E-Z-E. Ez is this romantic little village kind of tucked up on the coast there. It's this beautiful walled city that overlooks the incredible blue ocean of the Mediterranean. And it's so romantic to go there until you realize that the reason that Ez is perched up on the side of a cliff and has these big walls around it was for what? It was to fend off the marauders. The reason that this village existed in this kind of strange setting of being, walled off from the world is so that when the marauders came and tried to kill all of you, you could beat them back. It's an incredible thing now that we just go there and we sort of say, how romantic is this setting, when the reality is it was a dangerous time and place to be alive. The connected possibilities of the world that we live in are incredible. In our company, we get so many opportunities to see the connected world. In fact, our purpose at our company, at FedEx, is that we connect people and possibilities around the world. Through that, businesses prosper, communities flourish, and people thrive, and the world becomes a better place. I've stood in countries in Africa and in states in India where you get to see a world that is becoming connected, moving into a world that allows the possibilities of a connected world to exist. Remember, in an unconnected world, crops rot in the fields 50 kilometers from the starving village. The ability to connect the world is something that we are experiencing at an unbelievable pace today, and it makes a huge difference for us. So the point that I would make about that is, when in your life you think about the future and you think about the world that you're in, there's often going to be a saying that will come up, and it's going to be, is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? I've got a little Italian souvenir I want to share with you here. This is an Optimista Pessimista glass. Have you ever seen one of these? It's got a little line on it, and above the line it says Optimista, and below the line it says Pessimista. They use it to serve wine in Italy, and they usually fill it up to the line. Well, when I look at the glass, I don't see a glass that's half empty or half full. I see a glass that needs a little bit more wine in it. It needs to be filled up a little bit more. I see potential to fill the glass up. So when you in your life hear, is the glass half empty or half full, what I want you to think about as you transition is, what am I going to do to be a glass filler-upper? Let's take a look at our own country as we dive in towards where we sit here today. Winston Churchill once said, democracy is the worst form of government in the world, except for all the rest. The U.S. democratic process is kind of messy, right? Especially right now, it's even a bit of a spectacle in front of the world. It even sometimes seems to lack dignity. But the reality is this process of democracy that gives us all a voice has turned us into such a marvelous nation. We are so diverse. We are so clever. We come up with so many of the world's innovations. We are so safe. The world around us is actually very secure as we sit here. We are so well off. We are so well educated. And we are so connected. Trust me, I get to travel the world, and it's so often when you stand in places around the world that you really recognize just how fortunate we are, just how blessed we are to have the things that we enjoy in this country. It really is amazing. There has never been a time like this to be alive. So when you think of our country, is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? Wrong question. The question is, what are we going to do to continue to fill it up? Our city, the city of Memphis, Tennessee. Oh boy, I've lived a lot of places. You know, we all hear the Memphis story, right? I can tell you, I have lived a lot of places, and I get to travel to many of the great cities in the world, and I've never lived anywhere that I loved like I love Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee is a wonderful place to live. Wonderful place to live. The people in Memphis are, and I don't know whether you're going to stay here or move on, but Memphis is now an indelible part of your future, right? You've spent important time here in Memphis, Tennessee. The people in Memphis are friendly and engaging in ways that you simply don't find around the world. Innovation abounds in Memphis. If you look at FedEx alone, you get to see a connected world that we've ushered in so many important ways. The railroads, the rivers, the highways, the runways that connect Memphis to the rest of the world are an extraordinary part of what makes Memphis a rich place. But it certainly doesn't stop there. Kemmons Wilson and the hospitality role that we've played in ushering in a new era of hospitality around the world, AutoZone, Clarence Sanders and the advent of the modern supermarkets. So many innovations had their wellspring here in Memphis, Tennessee, an unbelievable place. And we have weather and traffic on the fives, right? The weather's terrible in Memphis and the traffic's terrible in Memphis. In the last month and a half, I've been in Mexico City, New York City, and San Francisco. I would love to take you someplace that has real traffic if you think that the traffic in Memphis is bad. This is a 20-minute town, folks. It takes no time to get anywhere. And the weather here is delightful as well. We have long springs and falls. Memphis, Tennessee is an extraordinary place. Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? The question is, what are we doing to fill the glass up? How about our university, the University of Memphis? What an extraordinary place the University of Memphis is. Go Tigers. I had the opportunity to speak at a TED event on the university a couple of months ago, and it was just extraordinary. It sold out months in advance. People were on the campus that hadn't been on the campus at the Rose Theater in a long time. It lasted all day, and if I heard it once, I heard it 50 times during the day. Wow, what a beautiful campus. What an incredible place this is. Memphians that didn't know just how extraordinarily the setting was at the University of Memphis. Dr. Rudd shared a fact with me a few months ago, which I found compelling. Of the 10 universities that are governed by the Tennessee Board of Regents, which university do you think has the best safety and crime record out of those 10? From UT Martin to UT Chattanooga to University of Tennessee in Knoxville. U of M. U of M is the safest campus in the state. That's not something that you think of, but from a factual standpoint, that's the reality of the state. But the TEDx event that, I've had the opportunity to be involved with the FedEx Institute of Technology and with MBA students that are graduating. I'm always blown away by the talent of the faculty, by the extraordinary students that are here, and by so many things about this university. The TED event that I was talking about, there were two kids that started this thing, a high school kid named Pat Knorr and a kid that had just graduated named Luke Jensen. They didn't look at see whether the glass was half empty or half full. They looked to see what they could do. They recognized Memphis needed a TED Talks event, started it on their own, and it became a huge success, which will now become a really important thing for the rest of what we know as TEDx Memphis. Now, what about you? What about you as you're going forward in this world? This is the beginning. This is the inception. This is the advent of the rest of your life. Confucius said, "May you live in interesting times." This connected world that we live in gives you opportunities that could have only been dreamed of. In fact, I've had a wonderful opportunity to learn to be fluent in this digitally connected world. My whole career has been based on technology and this incredible wave of technology, which is now 15 billion connections on the internet across the world. But you have a distinct advantage over me. Most of you aren't fluent in technology. You're digital natives. You grew up understanding technology as part of the way that the future would unfold. You are able to dream in a connected world. I never dream about the connected world the way that you can. You can imagine possibilities and futures that, in fact, erase many of the borders and boundaries that separate us. They erase the zip codes that contain us in poverty in our city. They erase the nation-state boundaries that confound us and give us conflicts amongst each other. They erase the language barriers that allow us, that keep us from having the ability to communicate. They allow you to dream in ways that make a connected world possible, where businesses that you'll enter into prosper, where communities flourish around the world, where people thrive, and where the world becomes a better place. When I look at you, I don't see glasses that are half empty or half full. All I see is potential. All I see is the potential for you to fill it up. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob, for your timely, insightful, and meaningful comments. We will now recognize each of the graduates. Their names will be read by Mr. Jacob Allen, Assistant Professor, Musical Theater, and Ms. Tammy Jones, Instructor of English. At this time, I ask our guests to join us in acknowledging the accomplishments of our graduates. We draw your attention to the overhead screen that will allow you to have a close-up view of each candidate with President Rudd. The candidates for the doctoral degrees will be presented by Dr. Jasper Dollywall, Chief Innovation Officer, Dean of the Graduate School, and Vice Provost for Academic Affairs.
President Rudd, I present the candidates for the doctoral degrees. Will the doctoral candidates please rise and remain standing? President Rudd, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the university, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, upon certification by the graduate school that you have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the doctoral degree that you have earned and admit to you all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. You will receive the appropriate diploma.
Heather Ann Martin Bixler is receiving the Doctor of Musical Arts from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music. Dr. Janet K. Page, Major Professor. Dr. John Bauer, assisting in the hooding. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Long Long Kang is receiving the Doctor of Musical Arts from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music. Dr. Janet Page, Major Professor. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Jamie Lynn Weaver is receiving the Doctor of Musical Arts from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music. Dr. Janet Page, Major Professor. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Cody Stephen Hunter is receiving the Doctor of Musical Arts from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music. Dr. Lacolian Washington, Major Professor. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Reginald Bell, Jr. is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of Communication. Dr. Antonio de Velasco, Major Professor. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Ruhul Amin is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of English. Dr. Sage Graham, Major Professor. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. What's your name? Okay. Megan Lee Avery is receiving her doctoral degree through the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Tom Neenan, Dean. Roy D. Dowdy is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of History. Dr. Stephen Stein, Major Professor. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Heather L. Fleming is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of Chemistry. Dr. Paul Simon Jr., Major Professor. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Amber N. Hendricks is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of English. Dr. Terrence Tucker, Major Professor. Dr. Vernal Mitchell, assisting in the hooding. Dr. Ernest Rako, Dean. Henry Yuchi Hua is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of Psychology. Dr. Philip Pavlik, Major Professor. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. April Kathleen Lenoir is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of English. Dr. Theron Britt, Major Professor. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Haiying Lee is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of Psychology. Arthur C. Gracer, hooding. Dr. Tom Neenan, Dean. Cecilia Anyango Nyamwadha is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of Earth Sciences. Dr. Christine A. Powell, Major Professor. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Paul Ontieno Aguari is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of Earth Sciences. Dr. Christine A. Powell, Major Professor. Dr. Stephen Horton, assisting in the hooding, and Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Farima Salami is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of Biological Sciences. Dr. Raman Homayani, Major Professor. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Vivek M. Shandiya is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy through the Department of Computer Science. Dr. Sajjan Shiva, Major Professor. Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean.
Mr. Peter Letso, Dean, Cecil C. Humphrey School of Law.
Will the candidates for the Juris Doctor degree in the Cecil C. Humphrey School of Law please rise? President Rudd, on behalf of the faculty of the school, I recommend that the appropriate degree be conferred.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, with the approval of the faculty of the Cecil C. Humphrey School of Law and upon certification of the Dean that you have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the Juris Doctor degree and declare that you are entitled to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto.
These are the graduates who have earned a degree in the Cecil C. Humphrey School of Law. Peter Letsu, Dean. The following candidates have earned the Juris Doctor degree. Jared Scott Conway. Joseph Wallace Smith. Ruvain M. Stein. Joseph Christopher Stiles. Larry Williams, Jr.
At this time, President Rudd will confer the graduate degrees. Dr. Jasper Dollywall, Dean, will introduce the school's candidates.
Will all the candidates for the master's degrees please rise and remain standing? President Rudd, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the university, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, upon certification by the graduate school that you have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation, and with the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the degree that you have earned and admit to you all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. You will receive the appropriate degree. Please be seated.
President Rudd, the deans of the colleges and schools of the candidates for the baccalaureate degree will present the undergraduate candidates as printed in the program. As your college is introduced, please rise and remain standing for the conferral of the baccalaureate degree. Dr. Joan Geekus, Interim Dean, University College.
Will all candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the University College please rise and remain standing? President Rudd, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. You may be seated.
Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean, College of Communication and Fine Arts.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Communication and Fine Arts please rise and remain standing? Dr. Rudd, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. You may be seated.
Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences.
Will all candidates for the baccalaureate degree from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? Dr. Rudd, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be confirmed. Please be seated.
Okay. I'm getting the impression that some people are excited today. That is great. Will all of the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise? All of the candidates for the baccalaureate degree, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class of the undergraduate schools and colleges of the University of Memphis, with the approval of undergraduate faculties of the university and upon certification by the dean of your college that you have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation, and with the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the degree that you have earned and admit to you all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. You will receive the appropriate diploma. It is customary that you now move your tassel from right to left, signifying that you have earned that's a good feeling, isn't it? Please be seated.
It is important at this wonderful occasion to recognize the undergraduate students who have earned all A's or have a perfect 4.0 while matriculating the degree completion. Please join me in congratulating as they stand all students who've earned all A's or 4.0. Congratulations, what an amazing feat. Graduates who have distinguished themselves in their academic work by graduating with honors are listed in the program and can be identified by their honor cords. As I identify each honors group, please stand. Gold. Gold signifies summa cum laude. Gold. Thank you. Please be seated. Red. Red signifies magna cum laude. Would you please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. White. White signifies cum laude. Would you please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. Phi Kappa Phi is the University of Memphis' highest all-discipline academic honor society. It represents the top 5% of each college or school on campus. Will all of the members of Phi Kappa Phi, including the faculty and administration, please rise now and be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. We are pleased to have with us today Mr. Kim Barnett. Mr. Barnett is an Association Life member and president of the National Alumni Association Board. He received both his bachelor's and executive MBA from the University of Memphis. Mr. Barnett.
Thank you, Dr. West. Well, greetings and congratulations from the University of Memphis National Alumni Association. I'm Kim Barnett, President of the National Board of Directors. On behalf of more than 145,990 alumni of our great university, congratulations on your graduation. Today marks the beginning of an exciting chapter in your journey. You're now a part of the True Blue Tiger family, a prestigious community that stretches across the nation and around the globe. You now join the ranks of alumni that include notable alums such as Trey Hargett, our Tennessee Secretary of State, Dana Gabrion, executive producer of America's Next Top Model, Anthony Penny Hardaway, former NBA player and a Memphis philanthropist, and of course, our mayor-elect, Jim Strickland. As a congratulatory gift, the Alumni Association is pleased to present each of you with a complimentary first-year associate membership to the Alumni Association. As you leave campus to share your talents with the world, your University of Memphis Alumni Association will be right beside you, keeping you connected to your alma mater. I'm asking you as an alum to speak well of your university. Again, I ask you to speak well of the many accomplishments and accolades that we receive and you are a part of now. Please feel free to send your children and grandchildren to the university. Provide internships through your businesses, ventures, and stay engaged through alumni activities and give when you can. Always remember, wherever you are, you're a tiger. You are our future, and you are True Blue. Go Tigers.
Thank you, Mr. Barnett. Each college will now proceed to the stage. The graduate students precede the undergraduate students by college or school.
These are the graduates who have earned a degree in the University College. Dr. Dan L. Lattimore, Dean. Joyce P. Ruby, Student Marshal, University College. Joyce is receiving the Bachelor of Professional Studies degree. The following candidates have earned the Master of Arts in Liberal Studies degree. Jeffrey Joseph Pauler. Sylvia Lee Washington. George Edward White, and accompanied today by the faithful Lucy. Andrew D. Williams. The following candidates have earned the Master of Professional Studies. Catherine Michelle Gianella Barber. Frederick Jerome Madding, Jr. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Liberal Studies degree. Ginger Raquel Cope. L. Cheyenne Ross. Hillary Dawn DeLuco. Hannah Elizabeth Gerard. Bibiana Abance. Andre D. Allen. Bridget N. Barr. Chelsea Lynn Nicole Bogda. Ryan Jamal Birchfield. Stoney B. Butler, Jr. Lenitris Kennedy. Jerica Jerisa Carr. Craig Caulfield. Betty M. Coleman. Glendon N. Coombs, Jr. Ryan M. Kramer. Hannah Kate Cunningham. Kimberly Homer Daly. Natalie Jasmine Daniels. Rachel Ellison. Isaiah Christopher Ferris. Christopher Shane Hawkins. Vicisius Tasanya Harrell. Jessica Amber Harris. Kimberly Collier Hearns. Brandon Rashad Henderson. Christia H. Henderson. Chastity Nicole Hobson. Marvin Davis Hunter. Amelia Dominique Ingram. Tara L. Ingram. Tevin Terrell Jones. Eva S. Jones. John Lynn III. Trevin McClura. Celicia Deshay Murph. Okay, thank you, Dr. Bingham. Thomas Michael Poole. Jordan Murray Richmond. Eric Dwayne Robinson. Megan Elena Russell. Ryan K. Thompson. Dylan Toscano. Latora Shanielle Ward. Stormy Warren. Barbara Ann Watson. Simone Charjay Winston. Grant Taylor Young. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Professional Studies degree: Shelby Bampfield, Caitlin Berry, Chesney Kaufman, Christina Harris, Therese Brown, Samantha Hope Butler, Peyton Louise Couch, Kayla Cullum, Beatrice Davis, Jessica Gibson, Tanji Green, Ashley Nicole Harris, Jamie Moses, Julie Fan, Richard Charles Scherer, Emily Grace Ward, Shelby Cord, Cheryl A. Lemons, Andrew Meyer, Mary Wynn, Alicia Parks, Edward M. Parsons, Marquise Robinson, Caitlin Olivia Russell, Kadra Safi, Jasmine A. Smith, Kiera Janae Williams, Dahlia Ahmed, Linda G. Ann, Shannon Elizabeth Arnold, Tabitha DeAndre Ayers, Anika Shavana Bailey, Regis Ball, Regina T. Buns, James Edward Bendel, Teresa A. Bohannon, Rodney L. Bowie, Tiara Monet Boyd, Kelsey J. Brinkerhoff, Colby Campbell, Jamisha D. Caruth, Angelina Sierra Clark, Holly Ann Coleman, Jasmine Sharnice Davis, Melanie Michelle Davis, Ashley Michelle Diener, Shelby Drinkard, Labria Janora Dunlap, Jamikia S. Fleming, LaDaisia Dion Gray, Andre Darrell Guy Reed, Tamara Monique Howman, Ariel B. Harrison, Jasmine B. Hedrick, Latoya Hilliard, Dylan Scott Holloman, Latricia Renee Eidelberg, Taylor Irwin, Dawn R. Jackson, Jerica Louise James, Karen A. Jolly, Husanatu Keita, Anna Marie Kirkpatrick, Brandy Nicole Knox, Priscilla Lydia Lewis, Brenda Joyce Long, Delcinia Love, Jarvis Macklin, Jamitra Marcray, Rebecca Martin, Nancy Apatu Massimo, Tenaria A. Matthews, Akila Kiocha McBride, Emily Beth McGee, Annette McGee, Doris Ann McNeil, Kimberly Renee Milam, Elena Moody, Omar El-Morabi Mustafa, Willette Denise Norman, Ashley N. Oswald, Nathaniel Cole Packard, Davis Renard Pete, Raven Phillips, James Gerard Pippins, Yahira Mildred Pita, Amber Shanice Ray, Michael Sean Robertson, Alexis Hunter Roman, Wendell Denise Rooks, Dearnest A. Rucker, David J. Rudifer, Lauren Suzanne Rush, Alicia Darlene Schaffline, Ashley D. Smith, Carrie Page Smith, Dominique T. Smith, Paris Cherise Smith, Stephanie Renee Smith, Renee Smith, sorry, Stephanie, William Carson Suit, Latia Marie Sumrell, Erica Renee Swatsnia, Jakina M. Taylor, Michael Edward Taylor, Ternisha Janelle Thompson, Rala Jan Townsend, Tamika S. Vaught, Caleb J. Wallingford, Brianna Wells, Regini Ann Wesley, Tamara D. Wicks, Arthurine Cheryl Williams, Derica Lynn Wilson, Ariel Woods, Erica Danielle Words. These are the graduates who have earned a degree in the College of Communication and Fine Arts, Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Anna Joy Batchelor, Student Marshal, College of Communication and Fine Arts. Anna is receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree. The following candidates have earned the Master of Arts degree. Trevor Dennis Stack, Rachel Lane Wilhite. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Arts degree. Nicholas John Navarez, Joseph Allen Camp, Joshua Tyler Cannon, Megan Kathleen Cook, Catherine Elizabeth Person, Aiden Porter, Ian Robert Ripple, Emily McGuinn. Robert Thomas Porter. Taryn Tucker. Ashley Allen. Camilla Susanna Boney. Derek Jamal Cannon. Samantha Curry. Quinay Eleanor Davis. Ashley Deering. Erica Renee Draper. Alexandria Evans. Madison K. Furr. Alexandria Gillespie. Taylor Greenberg. Anthony Harrell. Carisha Hayes. Carisha Hayes. Jonathan Harrington. Crystal L. Howard. Joshua Howell. Unique Hunter. Akia James. Destiny McKell Johnson. Angel Marquise Jones. Katayan DeRay Jones. Austin Kimker. Connor King. Jonathan Knox. Darius Brandon Lee. Jasmine Lachelle Lester. Melissa Manasco. Brianna Nicole Mason. Emily Alice Murphy. Kristen Marilyn Polizzi. Devin Javante Robertson. Matthew Thomas. Samira Waldekadian. Sorry, Samira, say it for me. Samira Waldekadian. Thank you. Thanks, Samira. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Ashlyn Battistelli. Kelsey Elmore. Jacob Lasher. Anna Maria Maranese. Emily Kate Price. Emily Sinden Redding. Haley A. Tillery. Alina, say it for me. Alina Jarova. Joseph M. Bendall. Samuel Travis Blackwell. Rachel A. Lawson. Kiana McLeod. Brooke Smith. Charles Allen Bayer II. Terrell Harmon. Jessica Ingrid Renee Otis. Chelsea Joyner. Zachary Chase Morgan. Rebecca Pace. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Music degree. Misty Danielle Ingram. Rashid Lowell. Gloria Marisol Liu. Joshua Thomas McKimmey. Matthew L. Taylor.
These are the graduates who have earned a degree in the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Thomas Neenan, Dean. Megan Colleen Boatman, Student Marshal, College of Arts and Sciences. Megan is receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree. The following candidates have earned the Master of Arts degree. Natalie Aguilar, Taylor J. Arnold, Marcus Delane Brinley, Reagan Elizabeth Chandler, Carrie Lynn Jones, Ryan Mansour, Gregory Grant Monroe, Kevin Michael Newton, Kiana Sharquay Walls, Candace Gabrielle Brown, Eve Mai Orsino, Charmaine Ann Cruz Patino, Bobby Lynn Porter II, Scott Roth, Kira Kalina Sanchez Clapper, Ebony Corinne Sharp, Destiny Ariel Smith, Shayla Miquette Sullivan, Anna Phillips Talley, Gregory Alexander Woodbury. The following candidates have earned the Master of City and Regional Planning degree. Travis Mitchell Allen, Robert Monroe Baxter. The following candidates have earned the Master of Fine Arts degree. Matthew Scott Helms, the following candidates have earned the Master of Public Administration. Delilah Denise Hicks, Crystal E. Martin, Michael Joseph Smith, Dwayne Spencer. The following candidates have earned the Master of Science degree. Oluwashun Ajiye, Andrew K. Brock, Ansley Victoria Gano, Anthony Christopher Groh, Maria V. Lung, Dipesh Nopane, Justin Michael Paul, MD Fahad Iqbal Polash, John Leonard Snyder, Jr., Christy Michelle Phelps, the following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Arts degree. Andrea C. Bippus, Alan Grotzer, Allison Grimmig, Brian Rex McMurray, Jamie Lynn Padden, Aoife Shubin Whitaker, Andrew Pate Archer, Judy L. Baker, Jonathan Michael Barnard, Logan Hightower Berry, Maya R. Bright, Lindsay Brinkerhoff, Khadidra Carson, Hannah Crane, Rebecca Elizabeth David, Kenyatta Rena Daye, Sarah Elizabeth DeLozer, Chad Taylor Forsythe, Clarissa S. Glaspie, Madeline Marie Holdford, Joshua Blair Jacobs, Joshua Micah Jenkins, Andrea S. Jimenez, Sarah Beth Levins, Christian Montague, Carissa Jevin Nooner, Andrew August Parsley, Isabella Donna Porcaro, Miguel Roca, Alexi Starnes, Tyler Tilson, Amanda Marie Ward, Alicia Whetstone, Anthony Williams, Brianna S. Wynn, Malik Yusuf, Veronica Alexander, Leslie Deanne Austil, Kristen Danielle Bowen, Austin Michael Carter, Kimberly Chansey, Yomiko S. Clark, Miroslav Chorlukic, Serena Lynn Donahue, Nefertiria Adams, Victoria Lynn Gaines, April J. Geralds, Brittany Leanne Harris, Ian Lane Howard Hayes, Shelby Diane Horton, Maya Ration Hewlett, Iris Yolanda Blair, Ashley Renee Bolden, Brannon Hulley, Alexandria Renea Isabel, William Walter Jones, Megan Leanna Kaiser, James Allen King, Cassidy Lane Marsh, Danielle Nelson, Mitchell Scott Odor, William A. Simcoe, Alyssa Tubbs, Daniel Watkins, Amy Loy Wills, Marcy Ann Abston, Nisrain Abuzena, Jessica Nicole Addington, Gage Alexander, Shaquinta Anderson, Benjamin Michael Baker, Tasmeen Ballantine, Dina Benjamin, Ariel Lachelle Blanchard, Susanna Marie Blummer, Amber Lindsay Bobbitt, Angelina Boyles, Daria Janae Borders, Alexander Boulton, Antoinette Andrea Briggs, Blake Bilteman, Ashuntia Fatima Burchett, Lanisha Burris, Thomas Raymond Campbell, Jr., Robert Allen Cannon, Bianca Ashley Nicole Christian, Lakeisha Ann Clark, Demaya Nashay Coleman, Isaac D. Coleman, Victoria Monet Collins, Caleb C. Cooley, Diamond Daly, Kara Davis Myers, Frederick James Day, Megan Elizabeth Dickey, Skylar Dowdle, Audrey Colleen Eason, David Bruce Eddy II, Morgan Charles Evans, Alexandra Michelle Francis, Madeline Ann Frank, Carnisha Frazier, James Haygood Garnier Jr., Sharunda L. Gary, Desiree Michelle Glover, Jeremy Wade Golden Sr., Precious A. Green, Christy M. Greer, Erica Dawn Grisham, Aaron Travis Gunn, Jesse R. Guzman, Haley Jane Hanners, Dominique Harris, Elizabeth Jeanette Harris, Allison Hawkinson, Ashley Latrice Hayes, Alyssa Hemphill, Haley Lynn Hudson, Ulysses D. Hunt, Chernita LaShawn Hurd, Sammy Isom Jr., Dominique X. Jackson, Leslie Delane Jackson, Andrew Scott Jeffords, Angel G. Johnson, Sandra L. Johnson, Brianna Lachey Jones, Sevitelis Monquel Jones, Gina Latrice Jones, Alexis Megan Crow, Jazernine S. Jones, Christian Danielle Jones, Tiffany Nicole Jones, Samantha Kaminsky, Zachary Keltner, Charles Stewart Kennedy, Frederick H. Knickel, Austin Hughes Lane, Rachel Marie Lang, Deidre Michelle Lanier, Kiara Shante Lanier, William M. LaRue, Dejona S. Lawrence, Carter Lee, Christine Chango Lamasi. Deanna L. Long. Jamiqua D. Marcray. Angela Monique Matthews. Allegra Renee McNeil. Linda Yvette Means. Jasmine K. Meriwether. Joseph Nathan Miles. Jonathan Moffett. Thomas S. Montoya II. Dawn Christina Moody. Natasha Michelle Moten. Brittany Elena Nelson. Alex Chandler Northam. Elizabeth Chapman Owen. Rachel Owens. Christopher Parks. Jamisha S. Patterson. Beverly R. Fillmore. Kiyosha Brenshana Pittman. Daniel Potter. Logan A. Ragsdale. Randy Reeves. John J. Wrighton. Kosar Saeed. Kenya L. Sampler. Barclay Sanders. Sylvanus A. Sanvi. Lauren M. Shetzley. Elizabeth Christine Scherer. Yolanda Scott. Nicholas LaRue Smith. Christian Monique Spite. Nathaniel Allen Stewart. Cherie Marche Stuckey. Jacob Ronald Swatley. Ashton Swiger. Antoine D. Tanner. Asan Raza Tarar. Amani Simone Thomas. Lindsay Nicole Wagner. Candace L. White. Janika L. White. Thermisha White. Joshua Matthew Whittington. Janet Tawater Wickers. Anthony Dwayne Williams, Jr. Desmond L. Williams. Sharita M. Williams. Teria Lachelle Williams. Wesley Austin Winfield. Jasmine Aisha Wright. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Science degree. Demi Lee Brassfield. Keenan Wesley Diggs. Carly Amber Taylor. David Jared Beecham. Sarah Beth Bruniger. Kelly Cheng. Olivia Michaela Freeman. Eliana Raquel Garcet. Robert Joseph Richmond. Zenobia Maya Shields. Bradley Valentine. Receiving the Bachelor of Science and the Bachelor of Science in Chemistry degree, Jay Yarbrough. Kayla Cooley. Austin Feldwebel. Taylor Alexander Johnson. Jenny Lee Mitchell. Jacob Morshed. John Thomas Pittner. Erin Charlene Villa. Isaac D. Coleman. Huda Sophian Ages. Chuma P. Azogini. Nathan Billings. Rebecca Butler. Zachary Cathy. Jonathan Charles Chapman. Lunitra S. Coleman. Spencer Cruz. Dalton L. Dawson. Forrest Walker Delgado. John Elmore. Finley Flanagan. Ashley Norshell Graham. Brittany Karen Hicks. Michael Hollister Jr. David A. Jacobs. Kendra Chavez Johnson. Christian Faith Moore. Levi D. Morgan Osborne. Shayla Mariah Mosley. Brittany Elena Nelson. Maya Camille Ramos Coffey. Mayas Sakan. Theodore Sell. Vasheda L. Smith. Nathaniel Stokes III. Idero Thomas. Jeremy Q. Thomas. Alexander Ray Williams. Dustin Worth. Sean Michael Bolton, College of Arts and Sciences, posthumously awarded. Accepted by brother Brian Bolton.
I think these graduates deserve another hand. Let me ask you as well if you could join me in saluting over 40 graduating veterans with us today. Let's give our veterans a hand. I'm also sure that you will want to join me in expressing a genuine sense of gratitude to a group of very special people. For several semesters now, they have worked with you as you pursued your educational goals. They have invested in your future and in your lives. As I ask this representative group of faculty and administrators to stand, please join me in a final warm recognition of their efforts. Faculty and administrators, please stand. The completion of an academic degree is never accomplished alone. Much appreciation and gratitude for the support and encouragement is owed to those closest to us, our parents, our spouses, partners, siblings, significant others, children, and friends. Will those in the audience today please stand so we may recognize and thank you for your support. Family and friends, please stand. Thank you. Following the playing of the alma mater, students and guests are requested to remain in their seats for the recessional of the platform party and the faculty. Please stand and turn to page 61 of your program and join us as we sing the alma mater.
Great lessons didst thou teach till now.